The Trap Chat podcast is sponsored by Veterinary Ophthalmology Services. Dr. Brinkman and his staff have been in practice for over 37 years and are outstanding members of the community and proud supporter of the arts. Now, let's get to the show.
He's looking at you, kid.
I hope his pants get caught and a bloodbath ensues.
Coming through!
Extra hero about the trap. Tonight's big town story brought to you by
Marijuana. It's stimulating, mind expanding, safer to use than alcohol. It's the in thing, the hula hoop of the jet generation.
Where the hell did that come from? What's going on here?
Yes, welcome back. It's episode 9 of the Trap Chat podcast. This is the podcast where I put you guys up on game and we take a quick look at and explore some of the pioneers and current trendsetters of what we now consider to be trap music and everything that falls below that banner. Last episode we discussed Tech 9, and in retrospect I should have made that today's episode, seeing how the numbers would have fallen into place nicely, but didn't even occur to me. So, but today's topic, we do have a delicious little edible of a treat in the Phonk, Phonk. After sifting through all the very insightful conversations on Reddit, the term has been spotted in Memphis rap DJ Spanish Fly's productions under the term funky, which is obviously similar to funk, and Memphis was dubbed Funky Town, and the term was also spotted on the West Coast as well in the mid-2000s, but mainly one rapper in particular started coining it around 2012, and we'll get to him in just a moment. Now, the top definition on Urban Dictionary by a Mr. Ernest in the Cut, posted on June 13th of 2018. Phonk music, also associated cloud rap, an underground style of hip-hop trap music directly inspired by 90s Memphis rap, mostly present on SoundCloud as trill-style beats with old funk and nostalgic samples, often accompanied by vocals from old Memphis rap tapes. These dark lyrics from these tapes with funk and modern trap creates a contrast which is aesthetically pleasing to 90s and 2000s kids. Now, being of that generation, I can attest that I do crave that classic rap sound accompanied by sounds from my youth, capturing that nostalgia accompanied by thick, juicy 808s and catchy verses that ran laps in my head 10 years ago are now being represented in a new and interesting low-budget way, making the platform more accessible to home studio producers, thus more of it being produced for the listener, thus more competition in the genre will ultimately push producers to make better and better tracks. Now, in the late 2000s, in the Florida-Miami region, a Mr. SpaceGhostPurrp is mostly credited with being the pioneer of the subgenre. All the trails seem to lead back to SpaceGhostPurrp. His influence is very notable in the leading producers of the genre today, with collectives such as the Purple Posse, Always Proper, Holy Mob, just to name a few. Now, my personal experience, 2016, I started working in the cannabis industry as a trimmer for a medical marijuana grower. And if you've ever trimmed weed before, it involves you sitting for prolonged periods of time and letting your hands go to work while you drift away to whatever's playing on your headphones. So I started making extensive lo-fi hip-hop playlists, mostly laid-back instrumentals. Anything too lyrical would throw off my work, and little by little, these trap vibe lo-fi tracks would spring up in the recommendations by Spotify, and I started navigating what I just called lo-fi trap, producers making trap music without rappers, with a focus on the lyrics being more of an instrument blended contrastly with, like soft jazz, creating kind of this lovely balance of yin and yang. And as a sweet bonus cherry on the top, they mostly used 3 6 Mafia lyrics, who I was obsessed with in my earlier years and still listen to very much today. So I immediately felt the same way when trap EDM hit when I discovered funk. It rejuvenated my love for not only the music, but it gave me more faith in the next generation to carry on that sound, and knowing that they're on the correct path, because it's really good shit. And shout out to the people progressing the sound and help keeping it alive. Ryan Celsius on YouTube is a great resource for a ton of great music and video productions. I absolutely love his Trapping in Japan series. Great visuals accompanied by awesome selections. shout out to Turismo on YouTube as well. That's Turismo. He has an amazing documentary called Welcome to Hell, the history and influence of Memphis rap. And he recently just put one out called Welcome to Blackland, the story of SpaceGhostPurrp. I will leave links to their channels in the podcast description. So, SpaceGhostPurrp, born April 1st, 1991, also known as Mr. Marquise Roll, is an American rapper and record producer from Miami, Florida. He was the founder of the American hip-hop group, the Raider Clan. Roll gathered a following in the underground hip-hop scene through mixtapes, producing, and his work with other underground artists. And this first track that we're going to be getting into is off of the NASA mixtape 2010. It is entitled Sex, Money, Drugs, Adult Swim. Heavily sampling sounds from the 3D pinball for Windows Space Cadet. It is a version of the Space Cadet table bundled with Microsoft Windows. Assuming, while looking for sounds one day, I'm assuming he came across the sound files for the pinball game, and possibly history was made just digging through files one day. So shout out to Full Tilt Pinball. It's the pinball game developed by Cinematronics, and I bet the audio producers had no idea at the time that their sounds would later create once SGP got a hold of them. So, but let's get into this first track. It's SpaceGhostPurrp with Sex, Money, Drugs, Adult Swim on the Trap Chat
South Beach
podcast.
shit. You know what I'm saying? Space nigga shit, man, on another level. Really? 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 Yeah. Really? Sex, money, and drugs. See the spaceship, right? You hear 'em? UFOs flying. Sex, money, and drugs. UFOs, sex, money, and drugs. Miami Vice. Sex, money, and drugs. Miami Vice, sex, money, and drugs. Sex, money, and drugs. Sex, money, SpaceGhostPurrp. Sex, money, Miami Vice, nigga.
SpaceGhostPurrp, money, Jordan, the beast. Catch you slipping out your car, leave you dead in the streets. Lil' mama call my phone 3 a.m. when I'm sleep, begging me to put it on her with the late night creep. Levi's on my ass, rolling doobies and grass. Hella hoes walking by, I'm watching titties and ass. See I'm suited and booted, watching adults swim. Everybody outside, but I ain't fucking with them. I'm a space nigga, bruh, yeah, I stay to myself. I be on my own planet, all I need is the wealth. I'm in my zone, putting on my cologne. Victoria's Secret on a match a bra with a thong. When she take it all off, I be pinching myself. You know I gotta thank God for the wealth. Sex, money, and drugs, that's what we all surrounded by. I wanna be rich, God, Lord, I don't wanna die.
Miami Vice, sex, money, space nigga swag, master game. Feel me, bruh? SpaceGhostPurrp. Yeah, you know this world fucked up. This world fucked up. Really? Money and drugs. Really? Yeah, you know this world fucked up. Really? Really? Money and drugs. Really? Yeah, you know this world fucked up. UFOs, bitch. Spaceship. Money and drugs. Shout out to Kanye West. Yeah. Sex, money, and drugs. SpaceGhostPurrp, this world. Shout out to Pharrell. Yes. Sex, money, yes. And drugs. Shout out to Currency. Yes. Shout out to Wiz. Sex, money, yes. Drugs. Free Max B. Yes. Shout out to Wade Gang. Yes. Shout out to Killer Cam. Yes. Shout out to all my strippers. Yes. SpaceGhostPurrp. Shout out to Krayshawn. Yes. Rest in peace, Jig. Yankee Nation, baby.
Yes, that was SpaceGhostPurrp with Sex, Money, Drugs, Adult Swim, coming off the NASA mixtape in 2010. Now, we're going to move on up to Canada. This next DJ or producer, I should say, I'm biased towards because he is hands down my favorite producer right now, and I listen to him on a daily basis. If I could extract anybody's production and style and make it my own, I would take Smokey's skills in a heartbeat. Rather mysterious and reclusive, holding down Canada, repping Hamilton, Ontario, which shout out to Canada for making waves in the games these days. Drake set the bar pretty high, but Nickelback also set the bar pretty low, so there is hope for all you hosers out there. But this next track we're going to get into is called Ride Clean, Robbin, Mobbin, coming off of Evil Ways Part 1 in 2013. It's DJ Smokey. Don't worry about what he's doing on the Trap Chat Podcast. coming off the Evil Ways Part 1, 2013. Repping that Positive Squad. Now, shout out to all my smokers out there too, by the way. And shout out to the Montoyas. Johnny, I see you, baby. The Master Blaster himself, you know who you are. C-Pain, Z-Con. I wouldn't be where I'm at if it wasn't for you guys, so love you guys. Now, next up, Mr. Soudiere. So far in my listening experience in this genre has taught me a few things, and certain producers stand out in terms of consistent quality. Our next producer took Phonk to the next level with his well-mixed elements that flow in sonic harmony that's hard to describe. Soudiere, in my mind, is a producer's producer. His product is top of the line, and I highly recommend it. Repping the Purple Posse with the likes of Back When and Asari. Coming off of arguably one of the most important mixtape series in the game. It's the Young Pirelli mixtape series. This is the first track on the first edition of the Young Pirelli series. It's Soudiere with Everything is Business on the Trap Chat podcast.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
Words to live by. That was Soudiere with Everything is Business off the Young Pirelli mixtape series. Now, the next topic of conversation is an American musician who goes by the name of Travis Miller, and the debut album under the alias Lil Ugly Mane, Mr. Thug Isolation, was released on February of 2012 on Hundabis Records. I hope I pronounced that correctly. But according to Wikipedia, he began uploading music to Bandcamp under the name Lil Ugly Mane in 2010. This was followed by his debut mixtape, Play a Circle, in 2011. His early work drew influence from the early Memphis rap scene's dark horrorcore and gangster rap lyrics, distinctive production style, and lo-fi recording quality. He collaborated with underground hip-hop collective Raider Clan, SpaceGhostPurrp, who was also heavily influenced by early Memphis rappers such as 3 6 Mafia, and on several songs, and designed much of their cover art, drawing influence from the classic southern rap designers Pen and Pixel. Now, side note, Pen and Pixel is a Houston, Texas-based graphics design firm that specializes in musical album covers, especially for gangster rap artists in the South. For a long time, it was the design house, the in-house design firm for No Limit Records. And if you've ever seen a No Limit record label, you know how gaudy and loud it is, and they definitely layer in a bunch of cool filters, and you get the picture that I'm painting. But definitely go check out some of No Limit's record album covers. They're very, very unique and have been cloned or somehow replicated in somehow or another, especially in this genre. I think it's really cool that we're taking that art style back to how it was when they used to pass tapes around and stuff. So, but coming in off of Mr. Thug Isolation, it's Lil Ugly Mane with Serious Shit on the Trap Chat podcast.
I'ma slip my wrist, no tourniquet. I'm murderous, my crib got more burners than furnishings. Got a lot of haters, not concerned with it. The earth revolve around earning currency. Copernicus, I leave you scared, stupider than Ernest is. Plucking more chickens than the churches is. Always looking fly, boy, I'm merciless with purchases. Police ain't nothing, you can bet I beat the verdict, bitch. Cause I'm more connected than the alphabet and cursive is. Wallet like Webster, killer like Dexter. Your bitch looking at me, well I guess I'm on the sexer. Ugly stay rougher than the texture. If you players want that funk, I'm that fly shit expert. Bullets fly through the air. Serious shit, no playing. Serious shit, no playing. Bullets fly through the air. Serious shit, no playing. Serious shit, no playing. Bullets fly through the air. Serious shit, no playing. Serious shit, no playing. Bullets fly through the air. Serious shit, no playing. Serious shit, no playing. Playboy, I'ma stay grinding till my pocket's straight Halliburton. And I'ma grind dirty, never met a fouler person. The list of shit I'm worse than as long as scripture verses. I'm about to hit this perk and run it through your mother's purses. You cats is yellow with the stone ground mustard. Ugly Mane is stone ground up and reconstructed. Glocks, I'ma bust them. Pussy, I'ma crush it. Plus I stay luxurious, you bitches are disgusting. Getting money fast, that's my modus operandi. I've been ice cold since the night I saw my man die. Bullets knock you on your ass, you swore it was a landslide. Ugly ain't a boss, hell no, that's a damn lie. Bullets fly through the air. Serious shit, no playing. Serious shit, no playing. Bullets fly through the air. Serious shit, no playing. Serious shit, no playing. Bullets fly through the air. Serious shit, no playing. Serious shit, no playing. Bullets fly through the air. Serious shit, no playing. Serious shit, no playing. Yeah, motherfucker, going after all the true players. Fuck these diva ass, old buzz ass, slaw ass bitches, you heard me? Motherfucker, true gangster shit. Where the motherfucking thugs, playboys, feel me? Real life money getting. Uno trace zero away, motherfucker, blast. Talk all that shit, motherfucker, ain't got nothing to motherfucking say when this bullet's flying at your motherfucking bitch ass head, you feel me? Lil Ugly Mane, serious shit. 21W, heard me coming out from the other side, bitch.
Yes. That was Lil Ugly Mane with Serious Shit, 2012, off of Mr. Thug Isolation. Now, you starting to get the picture that I'm painting for you guys of the genre? Is it starting to fall into place yet? If not, hopefully this next guy will kind of bluntly spell it out. He is a student of the trap sound and an impressive student in his academics as well, and was awarded a full-ride scholarship to Ball State University and also graduated with many honors. He's the manager of the Holy Mob, and I feel he nails the balance of soft sounds and hardcore Memphis-style raps with a fine attention to detail. This next track is a single released in 2018 entitled Mac Attack by Von Storm on the Trap Chat podcast.
My boy, I derive no pleasure in telling you that you are in extreme danger.
Danger?
Even as we speak. In this very room, waiting to strike, are forces of evil.
Yes, that was Von Storm with Mac Attack, a single released back in 2018. Now, this is just a quick look at the Phonk genre. There are many great producers and artists in this genre that I did not mention, but hopefully I shined a light in the correct areas for you guys to explore on your own. Discovering new music is very rewarding, and I highly encourage the practice. News update, we are now available on Spotify and iTunes. Feel free to write a review. Give me some stars. Do what it do. I left a review. It's kind of funny. You should go check it out. And if you would like to make a donation, I will leave a link in the description below as well. Strictly for Trap Chat podcast operations, not for personal expenses. All money collected will be invested into the podcast. Every little bit helps. Now, next week, we are going to be getting some blood on our hands as we navigate the evil side of cloud trap. Heavily inspired by early Memphis rap, we're going to be looking at G59, Doom Shop, the Devilish Trio. There's going to be a lot of evil laughter and ominous sounds. But to take us on out today, this track has gotten more rotation than any other track the last year, and I just want to share it with you guys because I listen to it probably once every other day, to be honest. Like, honestly, I listen to this song a lot, and it definitely puts me in a great mood and gets me ready for the day, and my son likes it as well too. So we are still patiently awaiting my daughter. She should be born any moment now. It is getting out of hand. This baby needs to get here already. Elliot, I love you, baby. Come on out. The world is ready for you. So without any further ado, let's get into Slayer by DJ Smokey, Soudiere, and Jetpacc. And I'll see you guys next week on the Trap Chat podcast.
Peace. Team Slayer.
Positive Squad. Stay blessed. Never stressed. Trailer Park Boys.
Slayer.
Smoke detectors on lockdown. DJ Smokey all up in your ear.
Triple kill.
You are watching a master at work.
Game over.